Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome to Season 3 of Vampyre Clan in ClanGen. We just finished a playlist with our royal cats and I'm still in the mood for ClanGen, so I thought we'd make a return to our dark vampires as well. If you want to watch previous seasons of this clan or read the rules I used to play, I'll leave a link to all of that in the description below. When we left off at the end of last season, we had an exciting pregnancy announcement from Bloomrise and her mate, Grandmaster Endless Star. With the number of vampires scarce and dwindling, this litter is a precious and timely arrival, and hopefully one that helps the vampires from being wiped out altogether, especially under the mischievous leadership of Endless Star, who might just drag all the cats into war. It is now Moon 121. We are in the second turn of New Leaf. Before we dive into what happens next, let's get a quick reminder on who all the vampires are and how they're related. So for this clan, we do have unique terminology that we use. It'll be in the description of every episode, but I'll refresh you guys for now. Leaders are known as Grandmasters, Deputies as Masters, Medicine Cats as Nightstalkers, Mediators as Whispers, Warriors as Mistwalkers, and Apprentices as Fledgelings. With that in mind, Endless Star is our current Grandmaster and the mate of Bloomrise. He was elevated to Vampire from Initiate Clan by Grandmaster Bluestar, who then stepped down from her role to serve as his second in command. Blue Jay, previously Grandmaster Bluestar, is our current Master, the mate of Quiet Flight, the mother of Sunnytail, and the grandmother of Eagle Dawn, Pumpkin Buzz, and Sunnyquiver. Quiet Flight is our current Nightstalker, the mother of Ibis Freckle and Fawnest, and also the grandmother of Eagle Dawn, Pumpkin Buzz, and Sunnyquiver. Sunnytail is our current Whisper, the mate of Ibis Freckle, and the father of Pumpkin Buzz and Sunnyquiver. Ibis Freckle is one of our Mistwalkers, and the mother of Pumpkin Buzz and Sunnyquiver. Fawnest is one of our Mistwalkers, the brother of Ibis Freckle, and the father of Eagle Dawn. Bloomrise is one of our Mistwalkers and has no living blood relations in the clan. Her father was a paralyzed vampire named Twilight Fade, who I absolutely adored. Right now, Bloomrise is pregnant and expecting a litter of kittens with Grandmaster Endless Star. Eagle Dawn is one of our Mistwalkers and the cousin of Pumpkin Buzz and Sunnyquiver. Pumpkin Buzz is one of our Mistwalkers and the sister of Sunnyquiver. Sunnyquiver is the youngest Mistwalker currently in the clan, and that's all for our cast of characters. Let's head into the main events. So Blue Jay finally feels more like herself, her shock is gone. Bloomrise is unsure how many kids she'll have. Despite her protests, Bloomrise begrudgingly agrees to settle in the nursery. Her clanmates make it clear they can spare her till the kids arrive. And then Eagle Dawn was seen speaking calmly to a cat from Day Clan, which is some news because we are a clan of vampire cats. Everyone outside this clan, or in one of the other clans, they are vampire hunters. So Eagle Dawn was talking to a vampire hunter, which is wild. And then, just to give you guys a reminder, everyone we have, like cats outside the clan, these cats over here, they count as initiates. So cats who basically hover around the ruins wanting to be chosen by the vampires and turned into one of them. But not everyone is lucky enough to be given a position in the ruins. We have this whole process that I think we talked about at the end of the last season of how it works. You have initiates who may be chosen to enter the ruins so that they can become mated to one of our vampires. And they get bitten by the Grandmaster when they come in. If they succeed in giving the clan a litter, then they drink the blood of the master and the transformation to vampire is complete. But if they don't succeed and the relationship breaks off, the match, the official match, if it breaks off before they manage to give the clan a litter, they're basically kicked out and sent back into Initiate Clan. And since they don't get to drink the blood of the Grand Master, the whole process is kind of reversed and they stay a normal cat. So that's kind of what we have. Aside from Initiate Clan, everyone who falls into like one of these other clans, Wind Clan, Gossamer Clan, and Day Clan, they are basically all vampire hunters. Although, we're all allies with them right now, which is kind of good. But I'm pretty sure this is from when Blue Jay used to be leader. She had like really good policies, and I think she used to be helpful to the vampire hunters, and she helped like bridge the gap. But Endless Star, he, I think, changed the focus of the clan to sabotage the hunters. He doesn't feel as though the vampires should make peace with them. So our allies might very quickly become hostile towards us under Endless Star. Very concerning, but that's kind of where we stand right now. Let's take a look at the medicine cat den. We have no one sick or hurt in the den. Outside of the den, we know that Bloomerise is pregnant. Nothing minor. In terms of our log, Blue Jay was given ragwort as treatment for shock, and then her shock went away, and then Quiet Flight gathered Daisy the Spoon. On to our relationship events. Blue Jay is giving Sunny Quiver a task. Ibis Freckle tells a clanmate that Blue Jay did a great job today. Quiet Flight wants to spend some time with friends, but all of them have plans with Blue Jay. Quiet Flight talks with one of Bloomerise's friends and begins to understand why others like her. Quiet Flight and Grandmaster Endless Star have a misunderstanding that makes them grumpy for the rest of the day. Grandmaster Endless Star is rethinking how he feels about Bloomerise and gives her another chance. I thought their relationship was pretty decent, is it not? Can we check really quickly what their relationship is? So we've got Endless Star and Bloomerise. No, they are in love with each other. Yeah, they are in love with each other, I remember that. Let's see, Endless Star, sorry, I just read that. Sunnytail and Quiet Flight spend the morning telling interesting stories. Sunnytail gets a bunch of the cats off for morning stretches. Sunnytail and Eagle Dawn agree about something trivial. Sunnytail was caught enjoying a moonlit stroll with Ibis Freckle last night. Okay, intriguing. Especially because they're mated, aren't they? I'm pretty sure they're mates, so instead of intriguing, it should be romantic, I should say. Ibis Freckle and Blue Jay share their prey with one another every day. Ibis Freckle is asking her daughter Pumpkin Buzz interesting questions. Four Nest eats with Eagle Dawn all the time. That is so sweet, like father and son spending time together. And I didn't mention this in the relations, but Eagle Dawn's mother is Owl Feather, who was the sister of Sunnytail. And that's how he's cousins with Pumpkin Buzz and Sunny Quiver. Though Four Nest has been unhappy with Pumpkin Buzz, Four Nest helps her with something. Quiet Flight lets Bloomerise know that a clanmate was talking badly about her. Bloomerise and Pumpkin Buzz bring each other prey. Eagle Dawn shares nest material with Sunny Quiver, his cousin. Pumpkin Buzz learns something new about a clanmate from Quiet Flight. Sunny Quiver is able to work together with Pumpkin Buzz. Okay, let's take a look at the cat list. Just to give you guys a quick reminder on who Eagle Dawn's mother is. So it was Owl Feather, who was the sibling of Sunnytail. So that's Owl Feather over there. How did she pass away? She was, oh, right. I completely forgot about this. She was murdered. Okay, this is wild. She was murdered by Ibis Freckle, her brother's mate. Darn, I forgot about that. And the truth of her murder was discovered by Ibis Freckle's own mother, Quiet Flight, which, yeah, that's heavy. My goodness. I don't remember if Quiet Flight told anyone about this murder, but I'm fairly sure I'm getting like the briefest flashback of Quiet Flight like being horrified after realizing what a monster her daughter is, because she spent a long time defending Ibis Freckle's behavior against, some of the other cats. Like, I'm pretty sure Bloomerise's father, who was paralyzed, became paralyzed because Ibis Freckle pushed him down a cliff. So Ibis Freckle, she was already displaying some murderous tendencies before the murder of Owl Feather. that is definitely wild. Also, Bloomrise, she actually, I think, was matched up with Eagle Dawn. That relationship failed. Then she was matched up with Sunny Quiver. That relationship failed. Before she finally was matched up with Endless Star, and they ended up having like a really wholesome romance with each other. So that's kind of what we have, and I'm pretty sure I remember Sunny Quiver being mentored by his cousin Eagle Dawn, and he broke up with Bloomrise because he idolized Eagle Dawn too much, and he didn't want to take Bloomrise as a mate in case that was a point of friction between him and Eagle Dawn. Yeah, I'm remembering these little stories that we had last time. But okay. Grandmaster Endless Star sticks his tongue out at a mouse that escaped his pounce. Blue Jay is humming a tune she heard near a two-leg place. Quiet Flight had a nice chat with a kitty pet. Sunnytail thought he saw a cat, but turns out it's a two-leg object that just looks like one. Ibis Freckle saw a big scary dog today. Full Nest is whining about clan duties. Bloomrise is exhausted after a patrol. Eaglon wonders what lies beyond the distant horizon. Pumpkin Buzz is showing off her battle moves. And Sunny Quiver got caught in a sudden downpour and is not happy about it. But that's all we have in terms of the cat list. I actually also want to really quickly check up on... I'm pretty sure Endless Star didn't have any support in the clan when he came into power. So, obviously, you know, he's a vampire that was not born a vampire. And he's not one of the original vampires, so they kind of look down on him a little bit or feel as though he hasn't earned his place. So, there's that. And then they also probably don't support the sabotage and his political, his policies. They don't want to become enemies with the vampire hunters again. They don't want to be thrown into another war, which I'm pretty sure Blue Jay kind of took them out of. Right, that aside, I wanted to check up on who our elites were. So you guys who watch, my ClanGen content will already be familiar with this idea, but in every litter, whoever the best kitten is ends up being the best of their batch, and they get awarded the title of prince or princess, and that marks them as an elite warrior or elite Mistwalker. So I want to see who our elites are. Obviously Endless Star isn't going to be one of them, and neither is Blue Jay, but I think Blue Jay, yeah, she's one of the founding members. She was mauled by a dog, apparently. Quiet Flight was one of the founding members as well. So compared to Royal Clan, I think Vampire Clan is quite young. Let's see. Oh, and Quiet Flight, she does have a permanent condition. Let's see. She doesn't have a tail, I think. Yeah, she lost her tail. Okay, that aside, we don't have... I'm looking at the wrong thing. Hold on. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Quiet Flight is actually the Quiet Princess, because she was an apprentice when I think Vampire Clan was formed. So she did graduate as an elite. So we have the Quiet Princess. Now, Sunnytail, I think one of Sunnytail's siblings, I think Owlfeather, his sister, was the Owl Princess, if I'm not mistaken. Ibis Freckle and Fornest, they didn't get any of the, they didn't get an elite title. I'm pretty sure their brother or sister, hold on, Pine Speck. Their brother Pine Speck was the Pine Prince. So there was that. Let's see. Bloomrise was the only fledgling in her batch, so she's the Bloom Princess. Eagle Dawn, same thing, is the Eagle Prince. Pumpkin Buzz was the Pumpkin Princess, or is the Pumpkin Princess, between her and her brother. But there we go. I think that was a fairly good summary of what we've got going on. Right, let's move on to patrols. Now, I did not do any mediation because I use my mediation as a sort of matchmaking tool, or in this case, between the vampires, a whispering tool where the whisper tries to brainwash or hypnotize the vampires into making a match work so they can have more litters and more vampires for the clan. So it's a little bit more sinister than, you know, the matchmaking of Royal Clan. But since we already have a couple that's expecting, we don't need to use that service. We currently have 136.8 prey, we need 29, so we don't have to focus on food. We'll send out Quiet Flight, our Nightstalker, first off to see what she manages to find. As Quiet Flight follows a trail into a darkly shadowed part of the territory, on the hunt for herbs, night shadows begin to play with her vision. Was that movement up ahead? Quiet Flight spots the undisguisable silhouette of a cat ahead. Malicious eyes and bristled fur meet her as she walks amongst the shadows. The stranger's fur is translucent and it moves as though made from a strange dark mist. Okay, one other thing that I didn't really talk about early on, but I kind of want to talk about now, is I'm actually thinking of doing something slightly new with the clans going forward. So from now on, if we go on a patrol and a cat thinks that they had a vision from StarClan, it has to be explicit. It can't be ancestors visiting them. It has to be explicitly them saying they think they had a vision from StarClan during a patrol. If that is the case, then the next moon that I play won't be saved. That will count as the vision. And then we'll repeat that moon and we'll play it a second time, and the second time will actually be what happens. And I got this idea from the last season of Royal Clan. I completely forgot about the save function. I played a bunch of moons where some drastic things happened, and then the game, I think, crashed, and then when I went back in, it sent me all the way back to my last save. So I lost all of that progress, and then as I played, obviously things turned out different. And some cats who had died ended up living and having kittens, and other cats who had survived ended up dying. It was wild, but that kind of gave me the idea, because whenever we get these notices that the cats got a vision, I've never really done anything with that and haven't been able to do anything with that, but I think this would be a really fun way to have that function for us to be able to play through a moon and say that was the vision of whichever cat thought they had a vision from StarClan. And these are the things we have to look out for, like, you know, this potential cat dying, these kind of patrols, these dangers, these romances, whatever else it is. But then this, like, that won't be saved. And then the second time we play will be the actuality, the reality of what happens. I think that'll be fun. So, okay, let's proceed. Quiet Flight approaches the strange cat, thinking that they might be a wandering spirit in need of help. But as Quiet Flight gets closer, the strange cat shrieks, an awful, blood-curdling scream that makes her fur stand on end. Overcome by terror, she flees back to camp, dropping what little herbs she had gathered. Oh no, Quiet Flight got shock. Now, you know, guys, the vampires also, unlike our royals, have the practice of killing queens and kittens they find and drinking their blood. So I wonder if this apparition that she saw and this blood-curdling scream was from one of these victim cats that had been killed by Vampyre Clan in the past. That would be spooky. That would be spooky. Okay, and it seems as though we are going to have a patrol of 6 and a patrol of 1. So first off, we have Ibis Freckle, Endless Star, Fawn Nest, Sunny Quiver, Eagle Dawn, and Blue Jay. Also, I'm pretty sure Ibis Freckle has a permanent condition as well. Yeah, she has a weak leg. She has a weak leg, which was scarred after a fight with Wind Clan cats. Well, let's send our murderous cat out with the others and see what they get up to. As the patrol heads out across the mountains, a bell tolls from above. Proceed. The ringing intrigues your cats, leading them to where a buzzard circles, bell tolling the death of the stag wedged by the antlers between a rocky outcrop, an ominous sign for the stag, a bounty for the clan. A huge amount of prey is brought to camp. Nice. Now we have 213.6, but it does mean we're going to have to look out for, potential hordes of wrath trying to attack us. And finally, we have Pumpkin Buzz, who's going to go out. While alone, she thinks about life. Is Pumpkin Buzz really headed where she wants to go? Is Pumpkin Buzz doing a good job pursuing what's important to her? Proceed, her thoughts are plagued with bad memories, and she ends up spiraling, unable to reflect on anything constructively, and driving herself to misery and despair. Oh, Pumpkin Buzz. But that's all we managed to get done for patrols. And that's all we have for this episode. We returned to the ruins, got reacquainted with our vampire cats, and even managed to haul a huge amount of prey to celebrate the coming arrival of the Grandmaster's kittens. With that said and done, I'm going to leave off here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.